All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Amadai TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. I'm your host, Queen Amadai Shakur, and this is your spiritual vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and like and share this video. You all know they have the Queen Shadow Band, okay? Make sure you're liking and sharing these videos, all right? Even if I forget to ask you to. Okay, thank you so kindly. With that all being said, let's get ready to get into it. This is going to be brief because we have the trivia, and I'm not going to be on here all day because unlike some of y'all, I have things to do. Okay? Let's get into it. Okay, so hello, Miss Cookie, Reggie, All Hell Nah, Aboriginal Woman. Okay, Hundia is in the house. A shout out to my moderators putting in work. Let me put this chat on the screen for a second. So I can see these comments because it looks like my chat is frozen. I hate when that happens. Okay, so, all right, Reggie, I see you, beloved. Where's the rest of my chat? I guess it'll pop up in a second. So anyway, we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about psychic powers, different psychic powers and how you use them. And also just for those of you who have been paying attention to the broadcast this week, that's going to help you out a lot because those questions are going to be coming straight, or the questions for trivia is going to be coming straight from the broadcast. Hey, Kathy B, Miss Hotel is up in here. Kadarian, all right. One of our winners from this morning. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. Hold on just a moment. Let me see if I can pull up this, see if I can pull up my chat on my phone real quick. And don't forget, next week I will be back posting on the Paranormal channel as well as the True Crime channel. All right, so look forward to that. And if you haven't gone to my spread shop and purchase anything, please do. Another thing I wanted to ask you all is this. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I got it. And so I'll keep it up here for just a little bit. So with that all been said, once in the chat, let's take a vote. How many of you want me to make spiritual t-shirts? T-shirts with spiritual things on them. Ones if you do. All right, so depending on how many people do, maybe I will and maybe I won't. Hey, Kathy, beloved Aboriginal Woman's in the house. All right. Andrea Jones, Pisces God is here. Okay. All right, so getting some ones in the chat. All right, Alice, I see you, beloved. Okay, so with that all been said, I guess I'll put some on the site this weekend. Hey, Orange Moon, beloved. Okay, so hey, Gina. So yeah, with that all been said, so hey, Jonah, since you all are saying yes, then I'll do some spiritual designs and phrases or whatever, and put those on the site. Okay, so now let's get into it. Let's get into it. First thing I'm going to talk about is psychic links. Okay, psychic links, because that's absolutely one of the powers, one of the spiritual powers that goes along with being a whole psychic. Okay, I don't really like the word psychic, but you know, and the reason I don't really like it is because a lot of people, when they tend to hear the word psychic, they think of people, you know, charging you money, sitting there with a scrying with a crystal ball. They think about Miss Cleo. They think about, you know, people where you call those 1-900 numbers and all that to just get your money and don't really give you anything conclusive, right? I like to use the word prophetic. More so. That's why I tell you all that I have prophetic visions and dreams. That's what I like to call it. All right. So anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So a psychic power that establishes a connection between minds. That's what we're going to talk about. And that's also similar to what I said yesterday when I talked about telepathy. Someone who's telepathic has the ability to read the minds of others and to send messages and signals to others through thoughts. Okay? Now, some people can only do this with people that they're, you know, connected to, people that they're close to, that are always around them because they've built a bond with them, a spiritual attachment. But some people are really good and their power is really strong, and they can do this with anyone, even people they've never met. They could be in a crowd and hear, you know, or be reading people's thoughts. Okay? So now let's talk about this, because you see a psychic link is basically like someone who's able to just do that to certain people as well. They can't do it to everybody. They can just do it to people that they know and have this bond with, or this connection. Okay, so the effects on the linked individual may vary. They may simply be able to read others' thoughts or emotions, or the linkage may be thorough enough to cause a complete loss of individuality. That would be true, especially in the case of twins. Okay, siblings sometimes have psychic links, but more so from the research that I have studied over the years, it's usually more so stronger and more common with twins, triplets, like that. Children born or people born at the same time as their siblings. Okay, so now what distinguishes this from normal empathy or telepathy at this, that is, these individuals, they can't read the minds of others. Okay, they can only do it with people that they know and that they're bonded to. They can't read the minds, and their powers don't work on general population. All right, now if the people bonded happen to have other spiritual powers and gifts, well, the individuals may be able to borrow or influence them, making them even stronger. Okay, remember what I always tell you, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Now, conversely, the mixing of different styles may have a negative effect. And so a psychic link can be the result of either spiritual gifts, science, or technology. Okay, and even magic. Now, technically, the link is mental, but sometimes physical synchronization also occurs because your mind makes it real. Okay, remember, your thoughts are electromagnetic frequencies and energy, and you can absolutely make them become real. Now, if one dies while their minds are connected, well, they call that a psychic glimpse of death. That can occur because the other person that's bonded to them, so connected to them, they may almost experience what it felt like. They may start getting really, really tired, losing energy as this person passes on. When someone dies, they start to lose their energy, and that's what makes them tired. So that could happen to the person that's connected to them. Okay, or they may have a glimpse of it. They may, have a vision, of death. Maybe they won't see that person or themselves, but maybe they'll see a vision that someone, or have a premonition or feeling that something bad is going to happen, or that someone's about to die. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Now, so let's talk about the twin telepathy. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. So in fiction, at least, it is common for twins, especially identical twins, okay, a brother or sister twins who seem otherwise identical, they seem to share a psychic link, even in series which do not otherwise have any paranormal elements. And you do see that a lot in movies, okay, you see that a lot in movies where they have these storylines where they have twins that have this psychic link, or where they can feel pain and stuff like that. Well, that stuff also happens in reality. Okay, now, this connection may vary from a vague feeling of when the other twin is in danger to continuous telepathic communication to being an outright hive mind. Okay, they often experience each other's injuries as part of their link and frequently finish each other's sentences. In a very few cases, the siblings involved are not twins. But like I told you, it's disproportionately occurs in twins. Okay? So with that all being said, let's talk about a couple more. Let's talk about just a couple more before we get into the trivia of it all. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Let's talk about, let me see where I want to go with this. Let's talk about the empath. Okay, the empath. Psychic powers usually come in all flavors, right? Now you can, hold on, I'm going to skip all of this. I'm not going to get into all that. I took extra notes for something else I was doing. Okay, so anyway, now goes on to say that occasionally the empath gets such a strong reading that they can't describe it except as a headache. Empaths with a knack for manipulation and flexible ethics can combine both talents to move people like chess pieces. Now, remember how I told you all in the video about telepathy yesterday? I said that when someone can read your mind, they can manipulate you. They can also influence your thoughts because they can tell you certain things that, they can tell you certain things to get you to do what they want or bend to their will because they know what you're already thinking. And of course, you won't know this unless they tell you, which they usually won't. So they can just do or say certain things to manipulate situations to benefit themselves. Okay, please pay attention. Now, mind you, if someone is capable of reading minds and they're dating someone else who's capable of reading minds, I bet that would make for an interesting relationship because neither one of them would probably be able to outsmart or outwit the other. Okay, now, sometimes the empathy may be described as being able to calm villains or troubled characters because they are able to, I should have said empath, not empathy. Okay, they may be able to describe, or they have been described as being able to calm villains or troubled characters because they are able to know just how they feel deep down, or even able to project an aura. They're usually the first to cause a glamour failure or supernatural opponents. Now, with that all being said, if the heart gets a superpower, they say it's very often that they will have like this really sensational feeling within the chest area if you have a superpower in your heart. Well, I don't have one in my heart. I wonder what that feels like. Are you a very kind and considerate, thoughtful person? You slow to anger and things like that? I just have questions. But anyway, that's what they say. Okay, now I am an empath and I do feel the energy from others, and when people are having problems and they're sad or feeling downtrodden, sometimes I feel the same way, and that's exactly why I don't like dealing with people who are psyche vampires, okay? Because psyche vampires, they come to drain you of your positive energy. They want to bring you down to their level, okay? They always have a sad sob story to tell. Everything's always so pessimistic with them. Very seldom are they optimistic, and I don't like to deal with them because they completely drain me of my energy. And a lot of times, before I realize that that's what they are, I'm so busy trying to help them and motivate and encourage them so they feel better about themselves. But little do I know, okay, unless my intuition kicks in and I just really, see it coming. But a lot of times you don't see it coming because these people are people that are around you all the time on a regular basis. They could be family, friends, or even children. They could be your spouse or significant other. But you get so used to them and you think you know them. But sometimes they absolutely are just playing mind games. And they just want, to tell you a sad story. Or just want you to be focused solely on them as opposed to yourself or anyone else. Okay? And they can drain you. So watch out for those people because they're so annoying. Like I said, that girl that was calling me all the time from that job I used to work when I was in college. And always telling me those sad stories. And I would try everything I could to make her feel better. Then, after about the third week, I caught on to it. I said, okay, this girl just wants to have a pity party. And I'm the only one she invited. Well, I'll just have to rescind this invitation. Okay, return to sender and get up out of here. Because I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. Okay? Please. Make it all make sense. Now, so let's talk a little bit about touch telepathy. A common variation on telepathy is to have it related to skin-on-skin contact. Okay? The psychic may have to put their hands on the subject's head or something. Or it may be a form of power incantations. And they automatically read the mind of anyone they touch. Okay? Particularly popular for adding a little rule of cool to what would otherwise just be a character of just doing the standard psychic stance. Especially in cases where telepathy is being used aggressively. Okay? It also provides a convenient way to prevent acts of telepathy which might ruin the story. And in this case, they're talking about if you're doing a movie or something. Let me tell you something. You know where's a good example of touch telepathy? In the show Star Trek. How many Star Trek fans are in here? How many Star Trek fans here? I never liked Star Trek. I'm going to tell you like this. But I used to have to watch it sometimes because my boyfriend liked it. But I don't like Star Trek. Okay? So, if you notice on Star Trek, Dr. Spock, wasn't that his name with the pointed ears? Yeah, he used to put his hand on people's minds. Oh, not on their minds. He used to put his hand on people's foreheads, right where the third eye is. Did y'all notice that? And of course, back then, we probably, when we were kids and watching that, and even as we got older, before we woke up, we probably didn't even know that he was touching their third eye. Pay attention. But he used to put his hand on their forehead, rest his finger or thumb on their noses, and then just read their minds. That's what he would do on there. Y'all remember that? Yeah, Mr. Spock. I called him Dr. Spock. Thank you, beloved. Okay. Yes, Star Trek, beloved. Star Trek. Did I say Star Trek? You know I meant Star Trek. Sit down somewhere. Trek. All right. Okay, so anyway, another thing that's common when they're doing this is mental fusion. Mental fusion. Okay, now, 2 or more characters willingly create a psychic link in order to do amazing things. Okay? So a common one has mystics and magicians using super empowering tactics to give themselves combined power. Okay, telepaths may subsum themselves into a group entity for greater psychic power and reach. Okay, they plug in directly to a greater artificial intelligence or a group of other technopaths, they call it. All right, and so anyway, this is all interesting, but Juju said the queen is queening, okay? That's why I don't let anyone lay hands on me, says Alice. Yeah, I don't like people touching on me. I don't like people touching on me, and I specifically don't like people touching me on or about my face. Okay, I don't like that. And I don't like people touching my hair. I don't like it. And some people just want to do it. And I remember this girl got mad because she came up and was just trying to run her fingers all through my hair. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. Don't be touching all up on my hair. And she was like, oh, if you don't want me to touch your hair, all you had to do was say so. I said, I did just say so. Like, girl, bye. Sit down somewhere, honey. I don't know where your hands be. Some people want to touch you so they can cast spells on you and all kinds of nefarious. Say, don't put your hands on me unless I give you permission. I'm sorry, not. Okay? Please sit down somewhere. So anyway, with that all being said, let's get ready for this trivia. Let's get ready for this trivia. I hope you all are prepared. Remember, like I told you, all going to be coming from this week's broadcast. All right? And if you didn't pay attention, shame on you. And don't forget also that the winner or winners will be going over to the next round, okay, for the Jeopardy episode next Friday. So let me just get this all together. And remember, no answers in the chats. You will be disqualified. I may even tell the moderator to put you in timeout. Please pay attention. Okay? Because you need to follow instructions. Everyone here is an adult. All right? And the answers will be sent to my email, therootofallevil227@gmail.com. gmail.com. Okay? So are you all ready? Are you all ready? And let me tell you all something really quick. Hold on. Hold on. Looking for something. Okay, so let me just tell you all this. I'm serious, don't touch me, says Reggie. I know, that's right. Okay, so listen, let me just tell you all how you may know if you have psychic abilities. All right, if you have psychic abilities or if you have spiritual gifts, let me tell you some of the things that may occur. When I was a child, I had spiritual gifts from birth. Okay, when I was a child, I was always very curious. I was trying to practice telepathy and telekinesis as a kid. My mother would come into my room and say, "What are you doing, little girl?" She thought I was crazy, and she used to call me a witch. Okay, in fact, she took me to church one Sunday and asked the pastor to pray over me because of things that I was doing that she found strange. And the pastor told her that I was prophetic. Okay, now with that all being said, at the time, I'm a kid. I don't know what the pastor's talking about. I don't even know what my mother's talking about. I don't have a clue as to why she's calling me a little witch. Okay, I found out years later. And then when I say that I was trying to do telepathy and telekinesis, I didn't know that's what it was. In case you're wondering now, how did she know those big words? Well, I didn't know those words. I didn't know what I was trying to do. I just know that I wanted to do it, and I was trying. So I was probably about 9 years old. My mother came into my room one day, and I had this little table. With 2 chairs in my room. So I had the phone book, the yellow pages. How many of you remember the big, thick yellow pages? Y'all remember that? I'm telling my age now. The big, thick yellow pages. Okay, so I had that sitting on the table, and I had it opened like in half. And I was sitting there just staring at it with my big eyes, just staring at it. And in my mind, I was trying to make it move. I was just focusing on it. I was so serious too. And I was trying to make it move, make a page flip or anything, but I couldn't get anything to happen. And so I sat there. I don't know how long I'd been sitting there, but my mother came and peeked her head in the door and she's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm trying to make this phone book move with my mind. And she said, what? What is wrong with you? Well, I was trying to entertain my spiritual gifts. Clearly is what was wrong with me. I was trying to sharpen my tools. Pisces Scott said, you telling your age, Queen? I know. That's what I said, honey. No shame in my game, honey, because I don't look my age and I'm proud of it. But at the end of the day, that's what I was doing. Okay, and I used to do other little things. I used to talk to myself a lot. I still talk to myself, especially when I want an expert opinion. Pay attention. And I also would see spirits as a child. I saw spirits and I would talk to them. I remember the first time. Now, I don't remember actually seeing the spirit the first time, but I remember my mother telling me that I was talking to somebody. I was 4. Okay, I was sitting in my room, I was at the table, and I was talking to somebody, and my mother came in the room. She said I was having a full-on conversation, and she asked who I was talking to, and she said I told her I was talking to my friend. Okay, so I've always been in touch with the spiritual realm. So if you experience things like that as a young child, well, then that's likely because you have spiritual gifts. Okay, and as children, when we come into this world, I believe we're all born with spiritual gifts. As I told you, some of us have them lying dormant because we don't understand them, we don't use them, don't even know that we have them. But children come into this world and they're just so curious, and they're so open to things, and they're very receptive. Okay, that's why they can see spirits and and things like that. And if you have children or grandchildren that are ever talking to something that you can't see or someone you can't see, and they say it's their imaginary friend, because they're not going to tell you it's their imaginary friend. See, that's what grown people call it. They may tell you, oh, I'm talking to my friend, but because you don't see it, because you're not looking with your third eye, or maybe your third eye is not open, but you don't see it. And so you'll say they're talking to their imaginary friend, but it's not imaginary. They really see somebody sitting there. They're really talking to somebody, okay? Pay attention. These children are really seeing things because children are very perceptive, like I said, and they're open to the spiritual realm, because you have to remember one thing about children is they literally just left the spiritual realm to get here. They're brand new in this world, okay? Now, not necessarily brand new, because there could be their second, third, fourth, or however many times around, because we get sent back, we get reincarnated. But at the end of the day, you understand what I'm saying. They just came from the spiritual realm, and so they're still open and receptive to those things. Okay? So, with that all being said, if you have children that are saying they're talking to friends and you don't see it, like I said, why don't you ask them what the friend is talking to them about? What is the friend telling you? What kind of conversations are you having? Is the friend nice to you? Because you see, not only can benevolent, good spirits talk to children, so can the malevolent ones, okay? Malevolent ones. The demonic ones can talk to kids too, depending on what has been going on in the environment, okay? Usually demons have to have a contract to communicate with you or to harass you, such as you doing something ungodly, such as you doing something that's, nefarious, quite frankly, like being obsessed with porn, being, abusing alcohol or recreational drugs, just engaging in things that are, that are unsavory. Okay. Now, if you've been doing anything like that, you can bring that energy in. Okay. And that energy will allow that spirit, malevolent though it is, to deal with your kids. There was a story that I read a couple of years ago, in fact, where there was a woman, she was all into the church, her and her husband, and they had this little daughter who was 6 years old. And she was a sweet little girl. And then all of a sudden, she started trying to put on her mother's lipstick. She started trying to wear her blouse unbuttoned and tying it all up so her belly's out and all kinds of stuff. And just, dancing provocatively and all these things. And so the mother got very concerned. And so she went to the pastor at the church and asked the pastor to speak to the child and to counsel the child, or to come by the home and pay them a visit, to which he did. So the pastor comes by the house to pay them a visit, and he sees the little girl's behavior, and he says to the mother, "Is anyone in this house doing drugs?" And she said no. He said, "What about porn? Is anybody in here watching any type of, inappropriate stuff like porn or whatever?" And she says, "Well, my husband does. He watches it all the time like he's addicted." And there you have it. The pastor said, that's what's happened. That spirit. The husband invited that spirit in. You see, these spirits can't just come in. They have to be invited. Okay, that's why when you see those movies with the vampire that knocks on the door, a good example is the movie Fright Night. If you remember, the vampire was played by Christopher Sarandon. Okay, and I'm talking about the original one. I don't know if they remade it, but I think they did. But anyway, the vampire comes knocking on the door and asks to come in or something like that, but he needs to be invited. Okay, and so that's how it is with these malevolent spirits. They need to be invited, and you inadvertently invite them in just by some of the things that you do. If you're engaging in nefarious behaviors, like I said. Other than that, they have to have another way to come in. That's why sometimes they will knock on your door. Like I told you all in the other video, how someone knocked on my door, or something knocked on my door after 3 a.m. in the morning, which is the witching hour, okay? And when I went to that door and didn't see anybody, I didn't open it because I already knew what time it was, all right? So that's another way they can get in, because you open up that door, well, you just let them on in. And if they're calling your name, and then you answer instinctively, because when you hear your name being called, even if somebody's not talking to you, it's still your instinct to turn around and answer. Okay? So if they're calling your name and you answer and then turn around and see there's nobody there, oops, could have been a malevolent spirit. It could have been one of your ancestors or someone, or your spirit guide or whatever, but it also could have been one of those malevolent entities. Okay? And like I told you, you have to pay attention to the energy that's around when these things occur. So with that all being said, let's get into the thick of it with the trivia. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready, beloved ants? All right. So let's get into it. All right. So here we go. Oh, and let me say this. For anybody who wins the trivia, you have to be subscribed to this channel. Okay? You don't have to be a member, but you have to be subscribed to the channel. That's going to be the rules from now on. Anybody playing, and starting today, anybody playing in the trivia, you're going to have to be subscribed to my channel for at least a week. So if you're not subscribed to this channel and the rest of them, you better get subscribed by next Friday, honey, or you won't be playing anything. Or if you do play, you won't be winning. And I'm going to start checking. All right, pay attention. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get into it. And where's my first question? Okay, here we go. In one of the videos that I did this week, Biblia said, fair enough. Absolutely. Thank you, beloved. Andres, fair game queen. Absolutely. Okay. Now, on one of the broadcasts from earlier this week, I said to you, I was telling you about people, going on their spiritual journey and things like that, right? But when did I say that everyone has to go on their own spiritual journey? When did I say, I'm going to say it again. When did I say, and the clock starts after this, you got 30 seconds, send it to the root of all evil 227 at gmail.com. When did I say in that broadcast that everyone has to go on their spiritual journey for themselves? When do they have to go? The clock starts now. I'm losing my voice. The clock starts now, 30 seconds. Let me pull up my emails and see what y'all got. 15 seconds left. Eight seconds. Time's up. Look at Mr. Hotel sitting in the right answer. Mr. Hotel, sit down. You're not even allowed to play. Sit down somewhere. So, time is up and no one had the right answer except for the nefarious Mr. Hotel, who's not playing, because why is he going to play when it's he and his father who are providing the gifts that you all can win from playing? I'm just saying, honey. They're the ones that pay for you all to win these ebooks. Okay, so the answer, beloveds, is in their own time. When they're ready, when they feel ready in their own time, that's when everyone starts their spiritual journey. We all started at different times. And I was also telling you in that video that if you're talking to someone about spiritual things and they're not receptive to it, or they're not listening to it, or they don't understand it, or whatever, that's because they're not ready. Everyone has to be ready for the spiritual journey in their own time. We can't force it on them. Okay? Miss Hotel said, Queen, are you going to include incantations? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Mr. Hotel. That's Wig's job, not mine. All right? I don't fool with incantations. Only positive affirmations. Pay attention. Okay, now here's the second question. Get ready. Reggie says, Queen, please double check. I sent the answer. Let me see. You may have sent it in too late, beloved Ed. Let me see. Reggie, I don't even see your answer at all, beloved. Did you send it to the right email? The root of all evil 227 at gmail.com. I don't know your email name. I'm just going to tell you the answers that I have. Mr. Hotel had the correct answer, when they're ready. Somebody said birth. Somebody said when their third eye opens. Somebody said when they have high vibrations. Somebody said when it's working in their heart. And somebody said when they become enlightened. All of those are incorrect. Those are the only ones I have, beloved. Reggie, you may have sent it to the wrong email. But nevertheless, let's continue, because the Queen is hungry. So I need to get off here so I can fix me something to eat. Reggie said he would buy one. Okay, beloved. Listen, and by the way, let me just tell you all. The ebooks, hold on. Hold on for just a moment. Hold on for just a moment. Let me show you all something. Hold on, this is only going to take a second. Okay, so here's the thing. The ebooks, there's two of them. Remember, I put out two at the same time. Okay, I put out two at the same time. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Now, let me just show you all what the covers look like for those of you who haven't seen them. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm going to share my screen just a second. Okay, you all see that? That's the ebook that I'm giving away. Okay, let me take the chat down because it's going out of whack. Okay, that's the one I'm giving away. How to know if you're spiritually gifted. Okay, now if you want to purchase this one, you can purchase it for $5 for the small fee of $5. Okay, how to know if you're spiritually gifted. These books are gems. Y'all need to pay attention, honey. All right, I'll be doing some good work on these books, and then I give them away for free. And some of you little Negroes are ungrateful. Pay attention. Now, this one is called Royal Gems for Your Third Eye. Now, this one is $8. Okay, Royal Gems for Your Third Eye. All right. So, with that all being said, $8 for the Royal Gems for Your Third Eye, and $5 for the one titled How to Tell or How to Know If You're Spiritually Gifted. Okay, so now that's what you all are playing for. Okay, you're going to be playing for something different when you get to the second round. Okay, pay attention. You're going to be playing for something totally different when you get to the second round, and then you're going to be playing for something else when you get to the third round, okay? I'm just saying the prizes go up in value. Please pay attention. All right? So, with that all being said, okay, so let's move on to the next question. All right, let's move on to the next question. Oh, and by the way, thank you for those of you who send your cash apps and super chats and all of that, and who send me gifts to my P.O. box. Thank you. I appreciate you. It is always so much better to give than to receive. That's why I like to give things away myself. Now, with that all being said, here's the next question. Paul said there was a spirit at work. And one of the broadcasts I did, I told you how Paul said there was a spirit at work, and there was a spirit at work on the sons of disobedience. Okay? And it influences most people to do something. What does this spirit that works on the sons of disobedience, what does it influence most people to do? 30 seconds and the clock is ticking. Let's get those answers in. Let's get those answers in. I feel like Steve Harvey hosting Family Feud. Let's see what y'all got here. You got 15 seconds left. 15 seconds on the clock. So far, nothing. You got 5 seconds left. Time is up. I only got one answer in, and that was the wrong one. Let me just tell you all. The spirit that was on the sons of disobedience would... Y'all's answers are something else. Okay? Somebody said lie. Somebody said sin. Somebody said delete themselves. Somebody said fornication. Mr. Hotel said F around and find out. The spirit influences most people to not have individual thoughts, to just go with the follow the crowd mentality, okay, to not have individual thoughts of their own, to just want to be like in a mob mentality, like they want to do what everyone else is doing. You could have said anything relating to that. You didn't have to say it specifically exactly the way I just said it, but you had to have let me know that you were trying to say that everyone acts the same. Trying to influence them to do what everybody else is doing, okay? Like the go along to get along mentality, so to speak. Okay, so now on to the next question. There's no winners for the second. All right, I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit because I'm trying to be done before 6. Okay, so the next question is, I told a story about myself. When I talked about the video, where I said, if you hear someone knocking, if you hear someone calling your name, listen closely. when I did the video where I talked about how you can hear someone calling your name, that it could be a good or a bad spirit, that video. In that video, I was talking about myself, and I told a couple of stories. What was the first story that I told about? Clock's ticking. That's easy. I know somebody better know that one. That's easy. Okay? You got 20 seconds left. My chat is still frozen. Let me see if it'll show back up on the screen. I don't know what goes wrong with the chat. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I can see it on my phone. Time's up. Time is up. Let me see what you guys got. I don't think y'all got anything really. Okay. All right. Some right answers, but let me see who got it first. So the winner is Aboriginal woman. Aboriginal woman, you had the answer in first, beloved. And not only did you have the answer in first, her answer was very precise. She said, someone knocked on your door at 3 a.m. at the witching hour. That's what it is, beloved. Congratulations to you. All right, let me send you your ebook. And then we'll continue with the next question, which is the fourth. No. Yeah, that's going to be the fourth question. Yeah. Okay, so let me send off this ebook real quick. All right. And listen, you guys, don't forget that the rest of these ebooks are still for sale. If you haven't bought the Nefarious Smoothie ebook, you should definitely get that one. And especially if you like smoothies. Also, let's not forget about my vegan cookbook. That's still for sale. Also, how to transition to a vegan lifestyle. Okay? These books are all still for sale. If you didn't win them, you may want to purchase them. Okay, so here is your copy, Aboriginal woman, of how to tell or how to know if you're spiritually gifted. All right, it's on the way. So now let's move right along to the next question. Everybody get ready. Answer sent to the email. No answers in the chat, please. All right. So, in the video where I was talking about, what was I talking about? Hold on. I believe it was the video. It doesn't really matter which video it is because the answer is going to be the same. Either you get it right or you get it wrong. But there was a video that I did this week, and I'm thinking it was the one about hearing someone call your name. Yeah, that's the one. It's the one I just got done talking about. So in that same video, I talked about malevolence and benevolent spirits. And I said, how can you tell the difference? And please don't tell me one's good and one's bad, because that's obvious. But what's another difference that you can tell from a malevolent and a benevolent spirit? Clock's ticking. You got 30 seconds. $15 seconds on the clock. Timber Dan said one is wig and the other one isn't. You all are something else. All right, time's almost up. And time. Now, let me see what you all got. Mr. Hotel said it's a picture of Queen versus a picture of wig. Miss Hotel, please sit down somewhere. Okay, now let me see. Well, nobody got the answer, and that one was so easy. And here's the funny thing. I literally just talked about it. Another thing is that answer that you all just had for the last question that was about the knock at my door, that should have been so easy. That's likely why many of you sent the answer in, because I literally talked about it right before I gave you the question. Pay attention. So with that all being said, nobody got it. And the answer was by the energy. I said you can tell the malevolent spirit from the benevolent spirit by the energy, because the malevolent spirit is going to give you an energy of like fearful, chaotic. It's like going to be low vibrational. Okay, that's how you can tell the difference. Okay, so we got one more question. This is the 5th question. Okay, now this was so easy. This one is so easy that, in fact, I'm only going to give you 20 seconds, not 30. I'm going to give y'all 20 seconds and not 30 for this one because it's too easy. It's absolutely too easy. All right? Because you all do realize you're only supposed to get 20 seconds anyway. So I've been giving you extra time. So don't act like I'm cheating you now. I'm going to give you 20 seconds. So here is the question. What are clairaudient people sensitive to? Clock's ticking. The clock is ticking. Let's see what you all have. We got 15 seconds. I'm sorry, 5 seconds. No answers? Okay, I'm going to give you all 30 because this is sad. I'm going to give you all 30 seconds, so y'all got about 7 seconds left. All right. Time is up. Time is up. So the winner is Emperor Rex. Emperor Rex said they are sensitive to sound. That's right. That's right. Congratulations, beloved. Let me go ahead and send you your book. Yes, the answer was sound, or I would have accepted noise. Okay, noise is what I actually said, but noise and sound, pretty much the same. So let me go ahead and send this book. All right, here we go. One more question. Okay, Emperor Rex, your copy of How to Know If You're Spiritually Gifted is on the way. Let me write down these names of the winners so I don't forget. Now, on the morning, I had Idris and Kadarian. And then, so today I had Aboriginal Woman. On this one, Aboriginal Woman. And Emperor Rex. All right. Congratulations. Congratulations to the winners, okay? Aboriginal Woman and Emperor Rex. Okay, so I'm going to ask y'all one more question. Okay, so I said to you all in one of the videos, I said, if you have spiritual gifts, what did I say you should do to them? What did I say you should do to them? And I'm going to give you a clue. It's something that you do to your children. Clock's ticking. Clock's ticking. Last question. Let me see what you all got. And I gave you all a very good clue. You got 15 seconds. 7 seconds. Okay, time is up. Time is up. No more answers taken. Time is up. The answer, beloved ads, and I should have only given you all 20 seconds because I gave you all a big clue. Okay, I said, what did I tell you to do to your spiritual gifts if you have them? It's the same thing you do to your children. And the answer is nurture. I told you to nurture them. You have to fine tune them. You have to work with them so that they become stronger. And I told you, just like when you go to the gym and work out, your muscles, they break down and then they build back up and they are stronger. So that's what happens with your spiritual gifts. You have to nurture them. You have to use them and all of those things. But I specifically said nurture. Okay. And that's what makes them stronger. Okay. So someone actually did say nurture. John Graham said that. But the time was already up. Kathy B said it. Alice Childs. Unfortunately, beloveds, all of your answers came in after. Because the last one who got the answer in on time was Orange Moon. Orange Moon. So, that all being said, Orange Moon actually said enhance them. Don't ignore them. That's pretty much almost the same thing, but I was looking for the word nurture, beloved. Okay, so let me see something here. You know what? Some of your devices may be slow because all these answers that are the correct ones came in at exactly 6 o'clock. They all came in right behind each other. So what I'm going to do is I'll give it to the first person who sent the answer nurture. And that would have to be Kathy B. That has to be Kathy B. So Kathy B, I'm going to send you the ebook. Kathy B was the first person that had the correct answer that I was looking for, nurture. I saw somebody else's first when I went back on here, but Kathy B's answer came in first. Okay, congrats, beloved. Okay, so with that all being said, that'll conclude our trivia for today. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. Hope you had as much fun as I did because I love it when you all win. That lets me know that you've been paying attention. Okay, so with that all being said, for those of you who didn't win, don't worry. We do this every Friday. Okay, and also you can also purchase the ebooks, all right? You can also purchase the ebooks, all right? How to know if you're spiritually gifted, $5. And Royal Gems for your third eye for $8. Don't forget about my vegan cookbook, which is $22. And also how to transition to a vegan lifestyle. I believe that one was $12. And then the nefarious vegan smoothie. Okay, that one's $10. Okay, and the rest of them, you know, if you want any of those, just send me an email and let me know. All right, so with that all being said, even if you win, you ain't gonna win, says Reggie. Why would you not win if you don't? Why would you not win if you actually win, Reggie? Of course they win. That's why they get books every week. Okay, so with that all being said, everyone, please like and share this video. Like and share this video. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And I hope you enjoy your strong end, not your weekend, leaving you in a weakened state. Okay, do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Okay, and also each one teach one, because that's how we grow and thrive. All right, so I love you all to life. All right. Miss Hotel said this was an extremely easy question. Yeah, some of them were. Absolutely. So with that all being said, all of the winners will be going over next week to participate in the Jeopardy. Okay? You'll be participating in Jeopardy. So what we're going to do, how we're going to do this, I'm trying to decide if I want to do it all on one channel. No, I think I'll just do it on both channels. I think I'll just do it that way. So we had 2 winners on here. Or did we have 3? Hold on. Kathy B won. Yeah. So we had 3 winners on here. So we got Kathy B, Emperor Rex, and Aboriginal Woman on this channel. And on the other channel, we have 2 winners, Idris and Kadarian. Okay, so the 5 of you will be next week playing in the bonus round, the first bonus round. Okay, so anyway, I hope you all enjoy that. Reggie said, Queen, double check. I sent the correct answer. Reggie, for which question? The last one? Let me go back and see. Reggie, I do not see your name on here. Reggie, I don't see your... What is your email? Reggie, what's your email? Put your email in the chat. Because I don't know which one of these is you, beloved. I don't know which one of these is you. I know most of the people because most of you have your same names as your name on your YouTube. You have that as your email name. Just tell me what your name is, Reggie, beloved. Hold on. Let me look at my chat. I don't see anything in the chat, beloved. I don't see anything in the chat. Reggie, are you playing? Are you playing games? Because I don't see you putting anything in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to conclude the broadcast. Better luck next time, Reggie. Just keep playing. And remember, just like the lottery, you can't win if you don't play, beloveds. Okay? So, all hell no said, Reggie, it would behoove you to sit down. Absolutely. And that's on box. Okay? So everyone enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. And I hope to see you all in the next chat. Peace.